Welcome everyone, I'm Sarah. I'm going to lead you through a short, about 20-minute practice designed to get us moving, get us into our bodies, but stay slow and honor this darker time of year. I hope you enjoy. Come into a tall, comfortable seat on your mat. It can be cross-legged or on your knees. Take a moment to relax your shoulders away from your ears and sit tall through your chest. As you breathe in through your nose, lift your chest, your chin, the back of your skull up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, let your shoulders relax away from your ears as you settle a little heavier onto your mat. Inhale again. And exhale. One more time, slowly inhale. And exhale. Bow your chin to your chest. Let your hands fall to your lap. Open your eyes and lift your gaze. We're going to begin in a tabletop position, so you can come forward onto your hands and knees. Place your hands directly under your shoulders with the tops of your feet flat on the floor. Have your knees as wide as your hips. Press your hands evenly down into the ground with your index fingers forward and tone your abdomen by drawing your belly button in towards your low spine. As you exhale, round your spine for cat pose. Tuck your chin to your chest. Evenly round your spine. Press your tailbone down and forward. As you inhale, move back through neutral. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Slide your knees back behind your hips. Tuck your toes and shift your hips back and up for downward facing dog. Walk your heels up and down here for a moment as you loosen up through the backs of your legs. Press your hands strongly down and forward. Move your navel back. Reach your hips up and press even more through your hands to extend through the sides of your body. Maybe ease your heels to or towards your mat here to find the stretch through the backs of your legs. On your next inhale, shift forward to plank. Plank pose is the top of a push-up, and it can be done with your toes tucked or your knees to the ground. Push the floor away from you so much that your upper back might begin to round. Upper back, middle back, even low back could feel slightly rounded here. Continue to press your tailbone down as you tone your abdomen in and up. Grip the floor strongly and slowly lower yourself, elbows draw back as you make your way to the ground. Reach your hands down alongside and place your forehead directly on the mat. Press the tops of your feet down, strengthen your legs, engage your glutes, press your hips down, and lift only your chest away from the floor. Press your fingernails down into your mat, your shoulders away from your ears as you lift. And lower. Hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, press straight up. And back to downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath here. Feel your ribs expand side to side, front and back, up and down. Bend your knees and walk your hands to your feet at the back of your mat. Hang heavy. Relax your head. Maybe place the backs of your hands to the floor. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. As you inhale, rise. Sweep your arms high overhead. Down through center. And hands to sides. With your left leg, step forward to the top of your mat into a lunge. Wiggle your stance until it's as long as it needs to be for you. Looking for your front shin to be vertical and your back heel vertical over top of your toes. Lower your hands inside your front foot and then walk them far forward. Down dog lunge. Press your hands down and forward. Relax your head. Shift your hips back and up slightly. Press down through your feet and squeeze your inner thighs in. Walk your hands in. Step your left leg back. And walk your hands to your feet at the back of your mat. Inhale and rise. Sweep your arms all the way, high up to the ceiling, and lower. With your right leg this time, big step to the top of your mat. If you don't land as far as you want, it's fine. Wiggle your toes. And then bring both hands inside of your front foot. Walk them far forward. Reaching and pressing down and forward as you shift your hips back. Press through your feet evenly. Squeeze your inner thighs in. Down dog lunge. Right side. Walk your hands in. And step back to plank pose once more. Hold the top of your plank with your knees up or down. Grip the floor strongly with your hands as you lower slowly down to your mat. Bring both hands down alongside with your palms pointing up. Place your forehead on your mat. Press the tops of your feet strongly into the ground, hip-width distance apart. Engage your glutes, press your hips down, and then lift your chest and arms this time. Hands moving up as high as your shoulders. Stay here or lift your legs also. And lower. Place your forearms on the mat. Interlace your fingers, cross your thumbs. Push your forearms down. Lift your chest forward. Squeeze your legs strong. Press your feet and hips down as you pull your chest forward and up. You can hang out here in this Sphinx variation or tuck your toes if you want a little bit of plank. Forearm plank. And then lower your knees to the ground. With your left leg, step it forward to the top of your mat. Notice I lifted my forearm right off. Press your front foot down, squeeze your left hip back. Push your forearms down, or you can come right up to straight arms. Switch sides, taking your left leg back and your right leg forward. Either staying with arms straight or working down to forearms. In this variation, I'm playing with the back leg more vertical as opposed to leaning very far forward. Creates a different sensation in my hip. And when we practice postures a different way, we get different results. Up to straight arms, and step back to tabletop. Walk your knees back, and lower yourself once more slowly to your mat. Separate your feet. Press the tops of your feet down, make your legs strong. Drive your hips down, press to your hands, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Lift your chest, press your hands down, squeeze the heels of your hands back as you draw your chest forward. and shoulders away from your ears. You can stay here or lift your legs straight and strong away from the ground. And lower. Tuck your toes, press up and back, and all the way to a squat at the back of your mat. Take as wide a step as you need to get your heels as close to the floor as you can. If your heels don't touch, feel free to roll up the back of your mat or use a little block or wedge. Elbows between your knees, palms together, drop your hips low. Lift through your chest, squeeze your knees in and press your elbows out. Draw your waistline, that's right across where your belly button is, back as you shift your torso further forward. Reach your hands towards the floor for Malasana or garland prep. Work your torso even closer down between your legs, walking your hands as far ahead of you as you can. Press your hands down and forward and start to round to curl your spine, bringing your forehead towards your toes. Continue drawing your low belly in and up as you close the gap between the bottom of your ribcage and the tops of your hips. If this feels lovely to you, hang out there. Option for crow pose. Draw your hands back so the back of your arm touches the front of your shin. Keep your hands shoulder width distance. Squeeze your knees in. Shift your body weight forward. So much into your hands that your feet get light. If your feet come off the floor, bring your toes and heels together. Press your hands down, round your spine, and look forward. Tap down. Everyone lower knees to the floor. And sit tall. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Have your hands resting in your lap or down to your sides. Inhale through your nose and exhale. Slide your hips around to the right side of your body with your top ankle resting in your bottom arch. With your right hand across your opposite knee and your left hand at the base of your spine. Inhale to lift up and twist away from your feet. Come into the maximum version of your twist and then bring your head back facing forward. Give yourself a wistful tilt off to the side as you find a sweet spot and a stretch along the side of your neck. Inhale to lift and switch. Take your feet all the way around to the left side of your body. Place your left hand to your opposite knee. Your right hand to the base of your spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Looking all the way around behind, finding the twist from your rib cage. And when you're in the maximum variation of your twist, bring your gaze only forward and a wistful tilt of your head off to the left. Inhale, lift, and release. Both legs forward, shift your hips, reach forward, and curl slowly down, all the way onto your back. Draw your heels in close towards your hips. With all 10 fingers, pick up your left foot. Kick your foot into your hand and pull back on your foot with your hand. flex your toes, toes towards your forehead, heel towards the wall behind you. Pull your low belly down, hang out here, or extend your right leg all the way. Foot flexed, leg strong, even if it's off the ground. Bend up both knees, release your foot, and switch sides. All 10 fingers, pick up your right foot. Kick your foot into your hand as you draw your toes overhead. Toes towards your forehead and heel to the wall behind you. You can hang out here or extend your left leg straight. If you're working straight leg, make it strong, even if that means your heel is off the ground. Continue to find equal pressure between your kick and your pull. Bend at both knees to release. Lower your feet to the floor and draw your heels in as close to your hips as you can. Lift your hips up part way, interlace your hands beneath your back, or grab the outer edges of your mat. Walk your shoulders closer in underneath your spine. Press through your feet, your shoulders, and your head to lift your hips, your chest, and your chin up. Bridge pose. Try squeezing your heels in towards your hips. Press through the inner edges of your feet. Now flare your toes out. Glutes strong here to lift your hips and maximize the spine stretch. And lower. Hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze here. And then release your arms. Lift your shins up towards parallel. Flex your feet. Squeeze your knees together and move both shins over to your right side for a reclined twist. Feel free to look up or to either side. Continue to draw your left shoulder, your left rib cage back towards the floor as you move your left knee across your body farther. Inhale as you shift back through center and over to the right. Draw your knees in through center and give yourself a tight squeeze. When you're ready, release your hands and arms for your final Shavasana. You can do this lying on your back, on your side, or on your front. Take a moment to let your palms turn open, let your feet fall wide. Maybe tuck your chin and elongate through the back of your neck. Take these moments of practice to rest fully, completely. Thank you so much for joining me in a practice today. Take as much time as you need here in Shavasana, and I hope we meet again soon. Namaste.